Yo, what's good guys, Fire here back with another video, and today we're going to be bringing you guys another defensive scheme in Madden 22. This was another requested one from the comment section. It's going to be a man coverage 3-3-5 wide scheme. 3-3-5 wide, not sure why I can't speak, but 3-3-5 wide. If you guys do enjoy ultimate team type content, theme team type stuff, you're interested in that kind of stuff, check out the video I posted yesterday. It's a new style video for me, going over like theme teams, stuff like that. I also played a couple of games, so definitely check it out if you have not already, because it didn't reach that many people. But of course, if you don't like it, I won't bring it anymore. But yeah, we're in 3-3-5 wide. I'm just in Chicago defense. This is in Tampa Bay. It's in 4-6. Baltimore, Miami. It's in really every meta playbook in the game. And really what you want to do is just get decent coverage linebackers. Now, of course, like a Khalil Mack will try and get someone a little bit better, but and again, if you want to go to 4-6 so you can audible down and audible back up, you can definitely do that if you want to. But we're just going to stay with these linebackers for now. You can get a safety as your user though, who I think we do end up using him. Now, as far as our coaching adjustments, we're going to show the defense with a couple of different coaching adjustments at present. For now, what I have is auto flip on. I have my auto alignment set to base, and the only other thing that matters is going to be your zone drop. So we're going to start out with our curl flats at 30, everything else on default. We will go through and adjust this, showing different setups with different zone drops as well, something that we can finally do, and I'm super happy that EA did this because it just allows me for more creativity with my videos and just showing more schemes. And you guys can actually see what the result is versus me just telling you and you guys seeing absolutely nothing. Now, the player running is going to be cover one robber right there. And yeah, let's just jump straight into it, going up against the gun bunch formation on offense. And let me just move my face cam slightly because it was kind of not in the good spot. Now it is, and let's get into it. So, not sure why the player looks like this, but all we're going to do is start out by pressing your defense. You can go ahead, spread your defensive line. And now let's take a look at our personnel. You see everybody's going to be manned up. We have a 3 receiver hook and we have a deep zone. Now, why did we adjust our curl flat zone drops? That's because we are going to put someone in a curl flat. Pretty simple. Self-explanatory. We're going to go ahead and throw Eddie Jackson on that left-hand side, our free safety, in a curl flat. And the main reason for this is to stop the very difficult play called verticals. And we need a 30-yard maxed out curl flat to stop this. Now, we want to use this middle guy like I mentioned because we have a safety here, not a linebacker. So what are we going to do? We're going to go ahead and man up Roquan Smith, which is our A icon, who would be X on PlayStation. You're going to man him up to the tight end right here. It also puts him in a little bit better position to where sometimes he can actually get a pressing animation, believe it or not, which there's no chance of getting this safety here in there. Now, we do want to leave our deep zone. I will show a setup where we don't have an inside third, but you want to have that just in case anything goes bad. A streak somehow breaks your press, gets open, a deep post from that solo side receiver mainly. And again, if you're not playing against bunch, it's always helpful. So we'll set up like a basic, and we'll show a variety of these vertical setups, but we'll just start out with something like this. And I'm not going to need to user Zacchaeus over there, so we can just kind of lurk over on Y, defend the wheel route. We're going to throw this to RB. And you see now Eddie Jackson's in position. For whatever reason, I couldn't click onto him, but he was there to actually make the play by the computer. And you see, you really do need the max possible zone drop. And even sometimes if they like flip it and run it from short side to wide side, he can still somehow get over the top. But you see, really there, pretty good coverage. Obviously, if we click on, it's an interception. We were unable to, but yeah, man, just really good coverage down the line. You see again, who gets open? It's going to be Pitts here, and this is just caused by us getting bounced, if you're wondering how the separation happened. And that sometimes does happen. You can't do a whole lot. If you do notice him getting bumped like that a ton, it depends on the play art. You can just cancel your baseline, and then I would press, then I would pinch my linebackers, and I think this might help a little bit. Let's actually not do that, because spreading your D-line out for whatever reason is moving my linebackers. Don't ask me why, but we'll set everything else up kind of the same way. And here you see our setup. Let's see. And let's just put Cordero on here. And if you're playing this defense where you have your zone drop super high, what are you going to do is you're going to kind of watch these underneath routes. And it's going to include a lot of running back routes. Yeah, here you see Roquan still got kind of bumped there, but he was able to catch up this time, and that's probably because of the adjustment. I don't see that happening a whole lot online, but for whatever reason, it's happening now. But you see he was able to stay on top of it there. And yeah, man, you're just going to defend kind of the running back underneath routes like this. I'll show a setup where you're going to use her deep, and the underneath routes will be kind of taken care of. Let's say you don't know what play is coming and you just want to be very safe. I don't know the situation that you would do this, but there could definitely be a situation where you want to do this. And the situation is just going to be a simple, you're going to put both safeties in curl flats. You're going to once again man up to that tight end. And then with your user, you're just going to kind of play this middle third assignment. And in this case, you're going to watch for deep posts. Of course, even if a deep streak gets open from that outside, the inside third's not really going to be able to defend it anyway. So you got to trust your corners that they're going to go ahead and press. But you see you're able to kind of lurk over on deep things. And again, if you're playing your coverage like this, you should be kind of content giving up a small route anyways, because you should not be expected to defend anything short with your user. So it wouldn't be the end of the world if they did that. If you're playing this defense, you're probably in 30 seconds left in the game. They're down by 4. They need a touchdown, something like that. So that would be the thing you can do. Let's say we want to flip this for whatever reason. He's going with deep corner out attacks. Or let's say he's doing something like audibling from bunch to bunch tight end. We're not in that playbook, but let's say they went to bunch tight end. What would you do? You would probably go ahead, put L1 in a curl flat, put Y in an inside third, something like that. And then you can kind of play everything else the same way, I would say. And this would be good coverage. So do I have any I kind of have a play. Bench pivot. Now the corner out is going to get a little bit shorter than that. But you see really only verticals is the play where the weird bumping with that linebacker happens. Here you see the coverage was business as usual, and he was able to just lock on. I guess he can't really press him either way because he's off the ball, but he's going to be a lot closer. And here you see just pretty good coverage overall with everything. And again, get good man-to-man guys. You don't need one step aheads, but I would get acrobat for those passes that are close. Even if they have a couple steps of separation and you have acrobat, a lot of times you can kind of jump those plays and actually make them yourselves, which is super nice. So once again, we'll show that. And again, this would be good in situations where they audible from bunch to bunch tight end. Even if they don't do that, you can still go ahead. It just depends on the opponent. How is he attacking you to the sideline right? Is he a verticals heavy player, or is he a corner route heavy bunch trail type player? This is really good defense against things like bunch trail. If you want to go 2-man rush, you could do that. I wouldn't recommend it as much because you rush 2. You're going to be sitting back for 20 minutes. Who's open? We can hit anybody we want. This is only a 5-man rush and we have this much time, so I would kind of strongly advise against rushing 2 if I don't have to personally. But let's hop into another coverage. We're going to change our zone drops and we'll be back at you. Now the zone drops that we're going to go into now is going to be curl flats at 5. I'm not going to move my face cam again, but you can kind of see the 5 up at the top over there, I guess. But kind of like there. But yeah, you see curl flats at 5 now. We're going to leave that. And this will be the second defense. I do have another one after this, but let's get into that curl flats at 5, leaving everything else the same. I'm going to go back into, let's actually try and get like a Z spot if there is one. Z spot right here. Still going to run verticals. Now, if we were, and this takes some thinking, which side is he attacking us with? It depends on the player once again, but a lot of times with verticals, what are you seeing? You're going to see a lot of, what is it called? They're probably going to go ahead and put the curl flat or their flat concept in this play on the right side. So you can go ahead and put your curl flat with this linebacker. Here we're actually going to leave this user manned up on Kyle Pitts, and we're actually going to have the option to user Bojack right here, Eddie Jackson. So this would be an option just to give him a different look. He's probably going to know it's man coverage either way when you're pressed like this, but now you see the out route, he's bagged. You can go 5 or 0 yards as Akeem Hicks makes an incredible play right there. But 5 or 0 would work. Again, you can really run either in this particular scenario. You can go A, and then again, you don't really have to do that much. Really, that's the only adjustment you actually have to do is just put A on a curl flat and you're good. You can kind of start back here with your user, so we can take away RB, which is who you have to defend. Again, you don't have a deep zone drop, so you're going to have to take care of that with your user, which is something that is just, you would kind of think obvious. Of course, you play underneath, you user deep. If you play deep, you user underneath. Simple stuff. I kind of like to watch the middle of the field, then move deep. But again, you got to hope that at least some of your corners win matchups. If their receivers win matchups across the board, there will be somebody open. Because again, you're not sending pressure with this. This is more of a coverage man defense. Better worded there. Now, if they do, for whatever reason, let's say they run verticals, they're going with like a little out route over here. You just kind of rotate the play the same way we've been doing, and you would just use this middle linebacker slash safety, and you would just go ahead and man up Roquan Smith on Kyle Pitts from here. And we just have our safety play that 5-yard zone drop. So they throw it. It might be a completion, but you pick it. I like 5 yards more than 0 yards. Sometimes they can actually like throw it over the top of you if they get a deeper option route. Or if they notice you going with like a 0-yard zone drop, what are they going to do? They're going to go option, and then they're going to smart out it to get it deeper. And this probably even gets over 5 yards. Don't tell anybody because I don't want people running this on me, but let's go ahead and set up the defense just like so, and you would probably see Cordero get open here. I'm just going to see, and yeah, he kind of gets over the top there against 5. It's a little bit closer to where they might move away from it, but if they see 0, that's going to be wide open. So kind of be aware of that. I'm going to go back into our zone drops and actually show you what a double Mabel scheme looks like, and that'll be our last kind of defense for this video. So we're going to go ahead and set our curl flats to either, you can go 30 or 25, whatever you want, or even 20. We're going to go flats at 5, curl flats at 30 for video's sake. Go back to our cover 1 defense, and we'll show kind of a double Mabel scheme if we wanted to go ahead and do it. Now, double Mabel, it's not really going to be a double Mabel, but we're just going to have 2 flat zones, which is what I should have said. But you're going to go Y on a curl flat, and you're going to go A on a hard flat. And in this case, you're just going to use your Tayshaun Gibson right here. Everybody's manned up. We have our hard flat over here, but what is this defense going to be good against? Just stock verticals. And now you see Roquan Smith. We kind of get a pass off there, I believe. But you see the coverage was really good. We got nice pressure there. And you will see things like this coverage pass off. If you remember, Roquan Smith was the guy in the 5-yard curl flat, I want to say, and we had the linebacker manned up, or maybe I'm wrong about this. I don't think there was a pass off there, but you see we have our flat out there, and we have, of course, Eddie Jackson caging that. So again, you're going to watch the deep post middle of the field with your user, but you can also kind of bite down a little bit and take away those underneath routes. This is important this is why it's important to have Acrobat, because you want your players to be able to give up a couple yards and still be able to have a chance to make the play. You can add some deep zone knockouts if you want as well. Mid zone knockouts helpful. So again, it's just important to remember what zones you have. We have flats at 5, curl flats at this. Vice versa, if they're running Z spot, whatever. You could kind of flip it by just putting the curl flat over there, shading underneath, and then putting A in a curl flat again. And let's go to Z spot. This would be good against something like Z spot, which we have our deep zone on that right side. We have our short zone on the left. So if they were to go ahead, put Patterson on something like that, he would be defended well. And again, RB, he kind of looks open there, but then again, you can include Acrobat, you can include that weird angle to where they can't really bullet past that, or you'll jump it. And if they lob it, they don't have enough real estate to really open it up. So they would kind of have to pass it up, and then you should have your user over there anyway. But that's going to do the video. If you guys enjoyed, drop a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel down below. Follow all links as well. And peace. I'm out of here.